Joan Krutli is a long-time supporter of community theatre. She's been involved in a lot of community theatre companies, including Melbourne Theatre Company and Mordialloc Theatre Company, and she's also involved with Encore Theatre. She's been in community radio for a long time too. She used to be a presenter on Southern FM, but now she's presenting a show called Theatreland every Monday afternoon on Golden Days Radio 95.7. Today I'm going to chat to Joan about radio, about community theatre and about volunteering. Hi, Joan. You've obviously been doing a lot of volunteering in your life. Why?
Well, I just want to be able to give back to the community, I guess. I enjoy what I do and I'm very happy to share that with the community, and because I think there are a lot of people out there who perhaps don't always get the chance to experience maybe theatre or radio, whatever it might be, and if I can in any way help to get the message out there, I'm very happy to do it, and I hope it's something that I can continue doing. Because I think it's very, very important.
Why do you think it's important?
Well, I think there are a lot of possibly lonely people out there or who can't perhaps always avail themselves of various activities, anything like, say, St Vincent de Paul or op shops and things like that. And to be able to help them in any way to just make the most of their lives and get something out of it, if I'm able to do it, I think it's good that I can contribute. That's probably the best way to say it. Contribute to the community.
What attracted you to community theatre?
Well, would you believe I was the tender age of 18, which is a few decades ago now, I might say, and I went along to see a production of a particular musical at the Samaritan Light Opera Company, and they were looking for people for their next production, and I'd never done anything like that in my entire life, but for some reason it sort of struck a chord with me, and I thought, well, why don't I just go along and get a bit of a feel of what this is all about, which I did. The play was Finian's Rainbow. There I was, a tender age of 18, and thinking, oh, this is a bit of fun. And decades down the track, I've stuck with it and gone through various aspects of community theatre and enjoyed, I guess I've hopefully got a lot more experience over the years and enjoyed everything I've done.
It's interesting you say everything that you've done, because a lot of people think about community theatre and think about who they see on stage and what they hear when they're sitting in the auditorium. But as you and I know, there's a lot more to community theatre than what's on stage.
Oh, my word. I mean, it's what you see on stage is really the end result of all the work that goes on behind the scenes. And I've been lucky enough to be involved in prompting for a show, for example, or doing a little bit of stage managing, and all these things all come together to bring the finished product to the stage, helping with costumes. You know, there are so many, and these areas too are always looking for volunteers to be involved in these things, and it's a wonderful experience for people to come along and be part of a team, because it is a team effort to put a show to air, or a show on stage. It is a team effort. It's not just one person. And I've just got, I just enjoy the whole experience of putting these things together.
You have a background in community theatre, but you also have an interest in community radio, and you found a way to combine the two, to be on community radio talking about community theatre. How did you first get involved in community radio?
When I finished work, I took an early retirement, and I happened to be looking through the papers one day and saw that they were looking for receptionists down at 88.3 Southern FM. And I thought, well, I've done reception work all my working life, so why don't I ring up and find out about it? I'd never been inside a radio station, shall we say. Anyway, down I went, and they took me on board. And before I knew it, I was I was co-hosting a program. Then I was given a program of my own. Then I was made news coordinator, where I had to interview prospective news readers, and it just sort of grew like topsy, and it was something that had never ever entered my head. And I was there at Southern for 11 years, and then I decided I wanted a bit of a break for a while, which I took, and then Golden Days Radio, at that stage we're in Caulfield, which is fairly close to where I live. So I contacted them thinking, well, let's see if I can get something a bit closer to home. So I went along there in 2008, and to this day I'm still there and enjoying everything I do there as well. And it's all just it's grown once again like topsy. And I'm lucky that I've got a program every Monday evening between, it's now between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. called Monday Drive. And part of that is a 30-minute segment called Theatreland. I promote community theatre in and around Melbourne, and I arrange to do interviews with directors about their upcoming shows. I do reviews. So it's a general publicising community theatre via radio. And it gets a good feedback, I have to say, from our listeners. They really do seem to enjoy hearing about Theatreland.
What do you think post-coronavirus community theatre is going to look like?
Oh, gosh, this is going to be so difficult. I've often pondered this myself. It's going to be a learning curve. It really is going to be a learning curve. And I think a lot of people are probably wondering the same thing in theatre, how we're going to deal with it. I know everybody's desperate to get back, listening to various theatre friends of mine. We're all desperate to get back and get onto the auditioning thing again. But how's it all going to work is something that is going to be a bit of trial and error for a bit. There's an awful lot to go through before we can finally say, okay, we've ticked all the boxes, let's go. And I hope it happens. I really do. I'd be prepared to audition for anything at the moment, just to get back on stage. I really would.
I think a lot of people are really looking forward to being able to get back into the theatre, to watch shows, to see their friends on stage, and those that are into performing to actually be on stage too.
Absolutely, because it's something we all enjoy. We all get so much out of it, at least I do. And it is a creative process, and you meet so many marvellous people, as you would know yourself. And you have a wonderful social network amongst your theatre friends.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Been a pleasure.